Hi there, this is Marty from owingsart.com, and thanks for coming along on this episode of Art Adventures that takes us to William O'Brien State Park. The state park is in the east central part of the state and borders Wisconsin and is situated on the scenic St. Croix waterway. So there's a St. Croix River runs the border between Minnesota and Wisconsin. It's a short walk down to the river, so my son and I, who joined me today for this art adventure, thought we'd go scout for a great place to sketch.
Oh, heck no.
Come on, I'll hold you. It's not slippery, bud.
It is slippery. Oh man, there's no way to get back up. What's that?
Yeah.
I have a daring one. I dare you to walk down to there. Not on the cliff, but like...
Right here?
Mm-hmm, yep.
You want to come down here too?
Sure.
I'll help you. Good idea. See, if you ever start to fall, you just grab a tree.
Okay.
See, this is sturdy. You can even sit right there. See, this is a
It has
river
mushrooms.
birch. Where?
Yeah, you see that green stuff? It's not moss, it's mushrooms.
Fungus?
Yeah, fungus among us.
Yes, there is some fungus among us.
William O'Brien State Park is situated about 40-45 minutes away from the Twin Cities metropolitan area of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So for a very short car ride, you can be in the middle of a really very beautiful riverway, and in autumn is exceptionally beautiful, and there's all kinds of wildlife to see and other things. And my family and I often go down to William O'Brien, just not only because it's convenient, but because it's a very beautiful park. The park itself, because of its close proximity to the Twin Cities, gets well over 250,000 visitors every year, and the folks there really know how to run it well.
Wow. I know.
But you still want to try it anyway, huh?
Yeah, I never had it before in my whole entire life. It looks and sounds yummy.
Yes.
Even a few boys have backup cream for drinks.
Nice.
But that's only for fanboys of Star Wars or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So today's sketch, if you couldn't tell by now, is a collection of some pine cones and some pine needles I just thought I'd lay on the table here. There is so much nature around and so many opportunities to sketch, but I've been working on some still life lately, and so I thought I'd try this. Pine cones have been a kind of a challenge for me lately, just because they're not the easiest thing in the world to draw, but thought I'd give them a try anyway. So here I just, after the pencil, I sort of started to lay out the watercolor and help block in a little bit of the shadow here. It's, I don't know if you can tell here by the color, but I definitely use purple in the shadow. So there's blues and purple to cool down the shadow area a little bit.
That's right, buddy.
What is that? Is it a tree? I can't explain. Oh, I see. It's the pine cones and thing. I thought it was the tree. Well, I mean...
You couldn't tell?
Yeah, I couldn't tell. That was like a tree flying into the... flying on the purple water or something.
Here's where I pick up the ink pen and really give it trying to add a little bit more detail and contrast between the little pieces of the pine cone, which are hard to see in just watercolor alone. Of course, you could leave it that way and it might be interesting, but I always like adding ink to my sketches anyway, and think it gives it a little bit more definition and maybe a touch of realism. But anyway, as soon as I get done with this ink pen here, the fine liner, I'm going to use a Faber-Castell pit marker to work into the shadows a little bit more, and so I'll use some different shades of cool gray. See how that works.
Well, but it's still a weekend, so that's good, right?
And just after I signed this drawing, I realized there was a little bit more I wanted to add in terms of just making it look more like this pine cone, group of pine cones here. And so I just took the water brush and added just a little bit more purple and blue into the shadow area. And that's it, really. Well, thanks for coming along with us on this art adventure. It was good to have you along. And don't forget to leave a comment or a question if you have one. I always like to interact with the subscribers on the channel. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Well, thanks again, and hope you get a chance to get out and have your own art adventure. This has been Marty for owingsart.com. That's OWINGSART.com. Have a great day. So long, everybody.